Spoiler alert on the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong twist of this movie, it was actually a doorbell ringing at a New York condominium the entire time. Knock at the Cabin, released theatrically this past weekend in 2023 and is directed, of course, by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, who has brought us some amazing thriller pieces like The Village, Lady in the Water, The Last Airbender, After Earth, and The Happening. What? No! Come on, guys, doesn't this excite you? Let's talk about science! And this movie is starring Jonathan Groff, Ben Aldridge, Nikki AMUKA-BIRD, Kristen Cui, Abby Quinn, Rupert Grint, and the animal Dave Bautista. A small family is vacationing in their remote cabin in the middle of the woods in New York. And while they're enjoying their peaceful vacation, they receive a knock at the door from 4 complete strangers. And after these people break into the cabin and restrain the vacationing family, they explain that one of them is going to have to sacrifice the other within the next 24 hours to avoid the upcoming apocalypse. Yeah, it seems pretty far-fetched too. If I was that family vacationing and someone came up to me and said, hey, you need to kill your significant other or they need to kill you to prevent the entire world from dealing with the Book of Revelations and the apocalypse and everything, yeah, I'd probably tell you to go screw yourself too, and what medication are you on? And if I was presented with that conundrum, I would probably not save humanity. I would gladly walk this earth alone with my spouse, just living out the rest of our days while everyone else has perished in a wall of fire. I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. So if this were me in this situation, this would not be a very entertaining movie. But of course, this married couple in the film have a much better consciousness than I do, and so they spend the entire time deciding, or at least trying to be convinced that all of this is real, and then they try to make the decision of what they're supposed to do. And I'm not going to spoil that. I came really close to spoiling it just there, and I'm not going to do that, I promise. I will say, leading up to that ending, this feels like an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong directed film. There's a ton of suspense, it's a great little thriller, there's a lot of dialogue that builds up the imagery in your mind of the scariness and the apocalyptic things that are going to happen. But then this movie kind of shifts a little bit to something that I'm not used to with an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie, where it starts actually showing you the proposed chaotic apocalyptic things that are happening. Typically that would just be like a conversation from someone describing it in your brain, and then you create the images in your mind up until we get to the very end of the movie, and then we may or may not get the exact imagery. Here we actually see it all throughout, which was very weird for me. This movie just felt weird because, I guess a slight little spoiler, there's no twist ending to this. That's what Shyamalan Ding Dong is known for, is his twist ending. Oh, they were all just depressed people that locked themselves away on this private grounds the entire time. This wasn't actually happening back in the 1700s. Yeah, none of that actually happens here. Everything that's being described and everything that you see, like on the news reports and everything, actually does happen. And it's shocking. And I guess that's the journey that the family does go through, of realizing that, okay, this is actually happening. I didn't think this was. I thought you were crazy, but the more that things happen and the more these other people start sacrificing themselves, there's a lot of sacrifice in here. When I watched the trailers, I thought this was going to be like a cult following thing where everyone was drinking Kool-Aid and there was going to be some weird dude with long hair, with bleach blonde hair, with fake white-ass teeth looking all creepy. But no, it's just Dave Bautista, who is amazing in this movie. I absolutely love him. Like, really, I don't know the man. We've never spoke, and we're not friends. I would love to be his friend. I think he's a really cool guy. He's a very mellow guy. He's a very chill guy. I just want to say I'm so freaking goddamn proud of him. He was a great wrestler, and that's what made him the big name that he is today, but how he has approached acting, I think, has been the best out of anyone going from wrestler to actor. He is so personal, and he makes everything attached to himself. He internalizes everything. John Cena's getting there too. He actually has a lot of great stuff as well, but Bautista is just miles ahead of everyone. He is fantastic. By far the best thing about this movie. You may think that this movie is simplistic and is very flat and very surface level once we get to the end and you realize, like, oh, wow, there was no twist ending or everything, but we can all agree that Dave Bautista is wonderful in this movie. Most of the other actors, in particular the 4 people that break into the cabin, it's questionable. Very melodramatic, very over the top. Rupert Grint, who's not in this movie for very long, it's weird hearing an American accent on him, but you look at him now and not from his Harry Potter days and you go, yeah, that's the accent that you have here is very fitting for you. Abby Quinn is extremely over the top. Like, whenever she talked, I wanted to rip my ears off so I didn't have to listen to her anymore. And Nikki AMUKA-BIRD is very melodramatic. Everything is very over the top and everything is very emotional. It is impressive how she is able to turn it on and to go through the scene like that, and I can tell it's very exhausting for her, but it's also, it gets annoying. Like, okay, we get it. We understand. The movie is really about purpose, and I think that's what we as human beings strive to search for in our everyday lives, is looking for that purpose. What is the meaning of our lives? Is it my job? Is it the person that I marry? Is it the children that I adopt or that I offspring for myself? So to see this couple realize their purpose in life and seeing that purpose have a vast outreach of the entire population, it's a very powerful message to see. Again, there are just so many questions that I have about why this is happening and why they are the ones that have to make the decision. You'll hear it many times throughout this movie that, oh, they saw visions. They had a vision, and someone told them that it's going to be this couple in this cabin. But they never spell it out exactly who it is or what makes the prophecy or what spawns the vision. It's just some omnipotent force. I would assume it's from a Christian religion, the almighty God from their religion, I'm assuming. Shyamalan Ding Dong loves to use Christianity in a lot of his movies, but I was pretty pleased with my viewing of Knock in the Cabin. Is there anything really deep or really anything substantial to sink your teeth into? No, it's very surface level. It tells you what this is, and it's just that. We don't go any further down. But again, just seeing the progression of Dave Bautista from the first early roles that he has of being like this big muscle head, like in Guardians of the Galaxy, but then seeing him move to things like this and then Blade Runner 2049, he's just fantastic. He is a wonderful actor, and I want to keep seeing his progression go on and on and on because he is great. I'm going to give a Knock at the Cabin 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
So guys, if you've seen A Knock at the Cabin, what did you think about it? Where does it fall on your ranking of all of the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movies that you've seen? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I'm released next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.